The important thing to point out, I think, to our audience is that the Arava Institute really is the first model where you bring the Palestinian and Israeli students together, studying together and living together. How successful has it been, Ilana?
Well, we've been around for 10 years and there's over 500 graduates of this program. I think what makes it so successful is it uses the environment as a common bond, and beyond being in the program, we actually are supported and really go out and make changes in the world and keep working together. I've been a graduate for 4 years and I'm involved with projects with Jordanian and Arab-Israeli partners.
Yeah, it offers a lot of hope for people. Mutassim, just tell us what sort of things you've gone out to do and how you sort of put into action what you've learned at the Institute.
I think that what I couldn't find, first of all, in Jerusalem in terms of interaction between the religious groups, in terms of communication, in terms of coexistence, I found it finally at the Arava Institute, where you actually practice and you be yourself. And you get really to get your hands on the field. Like we have two field trip that they teach us about the water resources in Israel. And you get to see that on the ground and you get motivated. And this is the only place where I feel myself and I can really improve my situation.
And do you think, Ilana, that the reason this works is because it's taking the focus away from some of the turmoil there and really concentrating on some of the issues like environmental problems? Is that why it works?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you look at the Arab-Israeli conflict from a geopolitical perspective, you see lines and you see boundaries, but when you look at it from the environment, these don't exist. The waters, most of the rivers in Israel come from the West Bank, go through Israel and end up in Gaza. Air pollution doesn't stop at a checkpost and present a passport. And these are clear problems that we have to work together for the sake of everyone.
And Mutassim, do you think that the graduates that come out of the Arava Institute, are they going out into the world and making a difference in the Middle East region?
I think they are making a big difference. Why? Because the Arava Institute bring Palestinians and Israelis and they discuss the conflict between them, and that's why they discuss it and they build a personal relationship. So when they are out, like in the field of environment, they can really work it out between them, not like any other institutes.
So Ilana, if this is so successful, why aren't we seeing more of these models in the Middle East and perhaps elsewhere, where you're sort of bringing people together with a common goal like this?
I think give us time. I think it really is a model that will be spread. And a clear example, actually, myself and another Arab alumni were recently at the Petra Nobel Peace Laureate Conference, invited by King Abdullah and the Elie Wiesel Foundation. And there we met with youth from all over the Middle East, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Morocco. And we're talking about using our model of the Arava Institute to work on youth initiatives, bringing people together, finding common goals. So I hope that we definitely will see this model replicated.
Absolutely. And what are you here in the United States to do? What are you trying to tell people here in Georgia?
What I'm trying to tell people is that there is a hope between Palestine and Israel. There is a hope that we can really come on a common ground where we actually see the other beyond his identity, beyond his Jewish identity. We are all human. We should work together in order to improve the environment. That place is too small to keep fighting. And the only way to live together is by cooperation, is not by fighting.
Ilana, is it always calm though at the Institute, or are there instances where people do get fired up about topics perhaps outside the environment, perhaps what's going on in the Middle East? Are there times that those discussions do get a little heated perhaps?
Yep, definitely. Actually, we have one program called the Peace Building and Environmental Leadership Seminar, which is a non-credit course, and you spend 5 hours a week sitting and in a facilitated way discuss these issues, and it's tense and often you'll leave crying and shouting. But what's special at the Institute is there's time, because we're not coming together for 1 week, we come for 4 months, 8 months, 2 years. And so if Mutassim says something to me that I couldn't understand, except a week later, I'm still living with him and I can talk about it. So, yeah.
And Mutassim, what's your goal? What do you want to do at the end of this?
What I want to do is to take the social approach and of the environment and try to bring people together. What I have learned from the Arava Institute, that there is no only one narrative about the situation. There is also the other side. We should include that in the decision making when we want to overcome our environmental issues.
Just very quickly, we're almost out of time. Ilana, what's your goal?
Well, I'm living the goal. I live a coexistence in Israel, and Mutassim is getting married next month. I'll be at his wedding. I've been crossing the borders for years now. When I finished the Institute, I went and lived with Bedouin. I learned Arabic. Mutassim went and lived with Jews and learned Hebrew. So I believe we are going to be the next environmental leaders. Personally, I'm working on Bedouin issues of public and environmental health.
What an inspiring story. Thank you so much.